I don't know if you can see the scale of that. It's very wet on here. I sneak this guy. Hello and welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be doing a grade 1 scramble in Eryri National Park. So what are we attempting to do today? We're going to attempt to climb Tryfan, but on the eastern side, you can see in the background there. And we're going to go up Little and North Gully, which is a grade 1 scramble. And we're going to approach that from the Heather Terrace path. So we're coming up from the road, we're going to try and reach the Heather Terrace path, and then we'll try and show you some of the sections on there. So I've never done this route before. I've never ascended from the east side, particularly these two gullies, so I'll try and show you some of the sections, but I'll have to be cautious because it is my first time here. But we're going to ascend from the Heather Terrace path, which skirts along the east side, and we've got to, I think the hardest thing from what I've been reading is actually making sure that you're on the right gully, so we'll try and do that. And we'll try and take you through the sections step by step so you know what you might maybe encountering if you decide to come up this way. So we're on the Heather Terrace path now. I don't know if you can see, we're going to head towards Central Buttress, and then we're going to try and find our ascent up Little Gully first, and then that goes on to North Gully. So although we've managed to time it to try and coincide with a dry day, it has been raining for the last 2 days, so I've had a couple of tidy slips to remind me as boss and how to pay attention once I get onto that main gully. So yeah, if you do come up here on the other terrace path, it is a little bit slippy in areas if it's wet. We're just coming up against this gully here, so this is the first major gully that I've come to. Oh, it's a bit slippy. I don't know if you can see that there. I believe that might be the Barstow Buttress gully, if I'm right. If it is, it's a grade 2 to 3, so we'll pass that one and we'll carry on. So coming to across the next major gully, you can see there's a big slab going across. I believe that this is no buttress variant or no groove, so either a grade 3 or a grade 2 to 3, so we're going to miss that next one out. A little bit more tricky than I thought finding these at the start, but I don't know if you can see the scale of that. Just so I think we've got North Buttress and Central Buttress, so the North Gully must be going through here, so we'll go and have a look now. We'll need to make sure we're on the right one because I don't want to end up on the wrong grade. Wow, look at that hole there. Yeah, bit of doubt creeping in now. Have a look at that. That must be North Gully up there. I've just been taking a minute to try and work things out. Just had a little chat with two lads down there who were doing the other route, but you can see this point here, and we're looking for this, I believe, this grassy ledge here. So this is the start of Little Gully. So we've just got to the first gully. I'll just take you in. So it's this thing here. It looks relatively straightforward. It is steep, but it's a little bit more wet than I would have liked. And the start of Little Gully, I believe, is this grassy bank here. So I don't know if you can see that there. It's this little grassy ledge here. We just come up there. So yeah, that's what you're looking for. So let's give it a go. The sun's coming out. Hopefully it'll dry things up a bit. Let's go. made it past that bit, a little bit of an injury. Well, next up, this. It's very wet on here. Yeah, it's making it a little bit more tricky. Right, let's get up there. Right, get in there slowly. Need 2 hands, that's what it is. Let's put you down. There we go. Let's keep going. It's quite steep and slippery on this first section. So, yeah, go with us. Just had a minute, stopped here. Just gonna have to get the first aid kit because this won't stop bleeding. So, and then we'll continue up. First aid sorted. So we've come up there, and next on the list looks like it's this. So I think the gully goes towards North Gully and then cuts back. So we'll have to be careful we don't go too far, but it looks relatively straightforward and the rocks are drying out now. So a few hurry moments down there because it's wet. It is taxing, but yeah, much more taxing when it's wet, but it's drier up this end. So let's go. Just topped out this, look at this boulder here. Looks like it's bouncing. So one day that will go, but I think that we're meeting up with the North Gully now, so I'm going to have to check my details, my route details, and see if we have cut back or not. So I'll have a look at that now. But pretty taxing, pretty taxing. I've got plenty of time, and I've just got to work it out because I've never been here before. So let's do it. Yeah, and if you haven't got a head for heights, I don't think this one's the one for you because there's quite a few exposed areas with some significant drops on here. So yeah, if you don't like heights, you don't like the exposure, this one's not for you, I don't think. Getting technical now. Mainly bloody moisture again. Let's go. Bloody hell. Right. Where are we going here? Let's have a minute and let's work this out. Right. The guide says enter the scree bed, joining main gully, which that looks like the scree bed, and then onto some moss boulders, and then trying to go right, left along the side. So we'll try that now. Let's see. Let's give it a go. There we go. Still not stopping that. I don't know. Right. Oh, slippy as anything. Let's go. Wow, look at the views on this. Yeah, it seems a bit more plain sailing now. Less jagged scrambling once you get past that. Once you get into the scree gully. I'm having another one of them moments. I think, what am I doing? What am I doing? That's why it's worth getting a guide sometimes who's done it before, isn't it? It's probably worth mentioning that I've had a couple of comments on You know, the Bristly Ridge one saying that although it's graded grade 1, it was really tough, and as we all know, not all grade 1s are equal, are they? So the grade 1s in Tryfan, around Tryfan, are much more difficult in my view than a lot of the ones in the Lake District. I know there's some variability in them, but that's why it's worth looking for some other sources. So there's the UKC, UKC, which is a rating system based on the climbers, and they rate it as grade 1, whether it's low, moderate or hard. I think that's the rating system. And this one was viewed as moderate by most of the people who voted, so yeah, so far I'm feeling though this is much harder than the North Face, just mainly because of the exposure really, rather than the technicality. But right, let's have a look at this. Right, so I think the North Gully carries on up there, but once you get to your left, there's a route this way, so we're going to go up and over there, and I think that's the right way for us. I suppose this is one of these routes that once you know it and you've done it a few times, you can probably skip up it, but not for me today. Not with this moisture. But it's enjoyable though, really enjoyable. I'd recommend it, but make sure you've done a bit of scrambling beforehand, because yeah, it's the exposure, isn't it? So I'm taking this line towards the left. I've just look back and look at this here. Look at that thing. Right, we'll grace with this. I think we're going to get over the top of this somehow, so there's a lot of water coming down there, but let's see if we can get up there. Shame. Going that way. Let's get you out of the way. Let's go. See head on there. Right, I'm going to have to move you out of the way. I sneak through this. I sneak through this gully. And go. A little minute on this perch here. Look at the views here before we go and top out. Right, we're on top here. I think it's mainly the water that's causing me problems today, so I'm just taking it really slowly and working it out, but I'm sure that's Adam and Eve there, the two rocks, so I think we're probably going up and over and then onto the top, so we'll probably top out at Adam and Eve. Right, quite exposed on here, so come over here, made to this point here, and I think I can join back up on this way here. I've just come up that big slab, that one there. It's pretty hard work to be fair, and now I'm just going to run round and we can see there's Adam and Eve there. Right, so we're here, summit, to show you some views. Made it. Let's get up. There we go. Right, we're on. Adam and Eve here. Right, so we've topped out on Tryfan. We're going to descend on the south side, back round, and then we'll probably pass the east side on the way down. If there's any views I'll show you, but yeah, let's get down. Right, so we've just descended on the south side, on the east. I don't know if you can see them there coming into view. Look at those things. Yeah, so yeah, I think it's about time we signed off. So if you've enjoyed it and you'd like to support the channel, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.